Today we will be doing the last part of the chapter light, which is about the spherical mirrors. You can give the heading spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors. Actually, what is a mirror? We say a mirror is a polished, shiny surface which can reflect the rays of light. Mirrors are generally used to form an image by the way of reflection. In lens, refraction takes place, whereas in mirrors, reflection takes place. Reflection, remember the word reflection. Reflection is the returning back of the ray of light after striking a surface in the same medium. Is called reflection of light. So a mirror reflects the rays of light to form image, whereas lens is a transparent medium. It is not a shiny surface. It does not have a shiny surface. So it forms the image by the ways of refraction. But in mirrors, reflection takes place. What is a spherical mirror? The mirrors which is made out of a spherical surface, curved surface, is called spherical mirrors. A mirror will have one surface polished, one side will be polished. Usually it is made up of glass. Usually, so one surface will be polished and the other surface will be, reflecting the rays of light. So there are two kinds of spherical mirrors: concave mirror and convex mirror. So concave mirror is like this. This surface is polished like this. Such a mirror, such a shape of is called concave mirror. Concave mirror. The mirror whose flattened portion, this is called flattened portions, can receive the light, or whose bulge portion is polished. The surface which is bulging out is polished, is called a concave mirror. What is a convex mirror? Convex mirror will be somewhat like this only, but its inner portion is polished, whereas the bulge portion is unpolished or is not shining. Here the bulging portion is polished or is made shiny. Here the inner portion is polished or made shiny, whereas the bulge portion will receive the light. Here the inner portion or the flattened portion receives the light, flattened portions. So this is your convex mirror. Convex mirror. So there are two types of spherical mirrors: concave mirror and convex mirror. In any kind of spherical mirrors, we have the midpoint of the mirror. This midpoint of the mirror is called pole, denoted by P. The midpoint of the mirror, here is the midpoint of the mirror, is called pole. We call it pole. P stands for pole. P stands for pole. What is the pole of the mirror? We say it is the midpoint of the mirror, or we can say it is the midpoint of the aperture of the mirror. Aperture is size of the mirror. Mirror size starts from here and ends up over here like this way. This is called aperture. This is called aperture. So midpoint of the aperture is called pole of the mirror. The midpoint of the aperture is called pole of the mirror. We define another quantity. It is called center of curvature. What is center of curvature? Center of curvature is the center of the sphere. This is the center of the sphere from which the mirror is carved out, or from which the mirror is made. So center of curvature of this mirror will be situated where? Let us find. If you just make it a sphere like this way, the imagery, you can imagine this surface is curved like this. if you go and try to make it a sphere, so a sphere will be somewhat like this. This way it will come. So where is the center of the sphere? Somewhere here. So this point is called center of curvature. C stands for center of curvature. Center of curvature. Curvature. What is center of curvature? It is the center of that sphere from which the mirror is carved out, or from which the mirror is made, or it is a center of that sphere of which the given mirror is a part. That way also we can define the center of curvature. So question very often comes, define center of curvature of a spherical mirror. So we say it is the center of that sphere of which the given mirror is the part, or we can say it is the center of that sphere from which the mirror is carved out. Okay, this is center of curvature here. The straight line joining pole of the mirror and the center of curvature of the mirror is called principal axis. We draw a straight line like this. This straight line is called principal axis. Principal axis. Principal axis of the mirror. The straight line joining the points pole and the center of curvature of the mirror is called principal axis. Principal axis of the mirror. Principal axis of the mirror. Between the points P and C, exactly midway at the midpoint of the line joining P and C, there will be a special point over here, exactly in between P and C, that is denoted by F, and it is called focus. It is called principal focus or focus of the mirror. Focus of the mirror. It is situated there exactly at the midpoint between the line joining the points P and C. Exactly midway. The distance of center of curvature from the pole of the mirror is called radius of curvature. Is from here till here we will have a radius of curvature like this. This distance is called radius of curvature denoted by R. What is radius of curvature? It is the radius of that sphere of which the given mirror is a part. This distance between pole and the focus is called focal length of the mirror and denoted by F, like this, denoted by F. It is the distance of the focus of the mirror from the principal axis of from the pole of the mirror is called focus. We have a relation. This focus will be exactly half of it, because this whole thing is R. This is exactly midpoint, so the F will be a half of this. We write like this: F is equal to R by 2. Focal length will be radius of curvature divided by 2. If radius of curvature is 40, then focal length will be 40 by 2, it will be 20 centimeter. If radius of curvature is 50 then centimeter, then focal length will be 50 by 2, the answer is coming 25 centimeter. On the other hand, if the focal length is 10, what is the radius of curvature? Double. R will be 2F, that is double of that. Radius will be more and focal length will be exactly half of it. Or radius of curvature will be twice of the focal length, 2 times of the focal length. So that is the relationship between R and F. Now, same thing happens in case of concave mirror, convex mirror, also the same thing we have. Where do we place the object in front of the mirror? Which portion of the mirror will receive light? Unpolished portion always receive. This portion of the mirror cannot receive light because this is shiny, this is opaque. This surface will receive. In case of convex mirror, if we are having a convex mirror, so this portion is shiny or polished, this surface will receive. This surface will receive light like this. Here this surface will receive light, this surface. Here this surface will receive the light. Now, the definition, all the definition which I said, you have to note it down because these are the definitions you have in your syllabus. And this relationship, focal length of the mirror is exactly half of the radius of curvature. Same thing happens in case of a convex mirror also, like this. If we are having a convex mirror like this, where is the pole of the mirror? Here is the pole, midpoint. Where is center of curvature of this mirror? If you make it a round like this, the round surface will become like this. This way it will be rounding. So the curve is like this, so it will be rounding up like this. So center of curvature will be somewhere here. This straight line joining P and C point like this. This line is called principal axis. This distance P to C, the distance between this will be R. From P to C, the distance will be radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is the radius of that sphere of which the given mirror is a part. Focus will be exactly midway between the points P and C, like this F. Focus of the mirror, denoted by F. This will be focal length. This distance is focal length, like this. Focal length. Here also we will have F is equal to R by 2. Which side we have to keep the object, or which side of the mirror will receive the light? Definitely this side, because this is unpolished. Unpolished surface only receives the light. Okay. Now there are two properties, main properties related to a spherical mirror that we have to know. Suppose we are having a concave mirror. This is concave mirror. Let us take the point P, let us take the point C, let us take the point F. What is the property related to the point F, the point focus? What is the property related? We will show like this. It says that any ray of light, like this, any ray of light, incident ray of light will be coming like this here, parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis will pass through F after reflection from the mirror. After reflection from the mirror will pass through F. This will happen in case of a concave mirror. An incident ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection from the mirror passes through the focus of the mirror. So this is the property related to the focus. Now on the basis of this we give the definition of focus of a focus of a concave mirror. How to define focus of a concave mirror? We say it is the point on the principal axis of the concave mirror through which an incident ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection passes. So this diagram we should keep in mind, and once we draw the diagram we can define it ourselves. What do you see? It is the point on the principal axis of the concave mirror through which an incident ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection from the mirror passes. So that is how we define the point focus. And where it is situated? It is situated exactly at the midpoint between the line joining the points P and C. It is exactly midway. That means this distance is whatever, then this will be half of that. If the distance is R, this will be R by 2. That is focal length, R by 2. Okay, then there is another property related to reverse is always true in light. If a ray starts from here like this, where it will go? It will become parallel. Like this, for example, we are having a ray of light. Suppose this is P, this is F, this is C. Any ray is passing through F, incident ray is passing through F. What will happen to the ray now? This ray passing through F now will become parallel. Any ray coming parallel will pass through F. Any ray coming parallel to the principal axis will pass through F. Now the ray passing through F now will become parallel to the principal axis. It will become parallel to the exactly parallel to the principal axis. The reverse is always true. So we can say the definition of focus we can define in two different ways. We can either follow this diagram or follow this diagram. Here we say it is the point of the principal axis of a concave mirror through which an incident ray after reflection from the mirror become parallel to the principal axis. This is also a way of defining the focus of a concave mirror. So two ways we can define focus of a concave mirror. I'm talking about concave mirror. Okay, now the another property. Let us see now the property related to a convex mirror. So now let us draw a convex mirror like this. This is the mirror. Here is P. Center of curvature. This is rounding this way. So like this round will go like you make it a round like this a square. The center will be somewhere here. Focus will be somewhere here. How to define the focus of a convex mirror? This is convex mirror. The same way, a ray coming parallel to the principal axis, ray will come this way. Ray cannot come this way because this is polished. So only unpolished surface receives the light. A ray, incident ray parallel to the principal axis, after reflection from the mirror, will appear to pass through the point F. Will appear means it will by imaginary line like this. Unpolished surface, polished surface will have always the image because light actually cannot pass through or does not pass through, but it appears to pass through F. So the ray will be reflecting like this way. It will reflect in such a way that it appears to pass through the point F. So how to define the focus of a convex mirror? Focus of a convex mirror. We say it is the point of the principal axis of the convex mirror through which an incident ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection from the mirror appears to pass. We use the word appears to pass. It is not actually passing, but it is appearing to pass. That's why here convex mirror will have a virtual focus, imaginary focus, whereas a concave mirror has a real focus because ray really passes through that point F. But here the ray is appearing to pass imaginary line. So we say that the focus of convex mirror is a virtual focus. This F is virtual here. Now the other way, how can we define other property related to this one? This is polished. This is P. This is C. This is F. An incident ray, just the reverse of this, an incident ray which is appearing to pass through F after reflection from the mirror will become parallel to the principal axis. For example, if a ray of light is coming like this, which is appearing to pass through F, now will become parallel. After reflection will become parallel to the principal axis. Like this. This is the second definition of second definition of focus of a convex mirror. How to define? Now, if you follow this diagram, we say it is the point on the principal axis of a convex mirror through which an incident ray appearing to pass after reflection from the mirror becomes parallel to the principal axis. So either of them we can give the definitions. General definition, what is the focus of a spherical mirror? If the general definition is there, we are not talking about which kind of mirror. Question doesn't talk about whether the mirror is concave or convex. If it is a specific mirror given, then you have to give a specific definition. Concave mirror is having real focus, the ray will really have actually passed. If it is about convex mirror, we will remember either of these diagram and on the basis, because here the focus is virtual, the ray will appear to pass. Here also the ray will appear to pass, will not actually pass. So we will follow one of these diagram and give the proper definitions of a particular kind of mirror if it is mentioned in the question. But if they are saying define the focus of a spherical mirror, we say it is a point on the principal axis through which an incident ray parallel to the principal axis after reflection either passes or appears to pass. We will say like this. Or we can say the alternative definition that is, it is the point on the principal axis of a spherical mirror through which an incident ray either passing or appear to pass become parallel to the principal axis. We club both passing and appearing to pass together. We have to club them while defining for a mirror, because the question is not clarifying which kind of mirror it is. If the question clarifies what kind of mirror, then we have to give that particular definition of that particular mirror only we have to give. Hope you understood the properties of focus or the focus of both kind of mirrors. Now, what is the property related to center of curvature? Properties related to center of curvature, what is it? We are having just now this mirror is a concave mirror. Here is P, here is C, here could be F. Property related to C says any ray, an incident ray through C retraces its path. Retraces means returns back along the same path. Like this, a ray of light passing through C, incident is coming, will be striking the mirror and will return back along the same path. For this, the incident ray and the reflected ray will be the same, that is, returning in the same direction. Why it happens? Because through C, when the incident ray passes through C and strikes a spherical mirror or a spherical surface, it will be normally incident. When an incident ray is hitting the striking the surface, normally it returns back along the same path. It is like this. We are having a mirror like this. If a ray comes like this, normally, so it will return back in the same direction. So exactly this is plane mirror, but this is a spherical mirror. In case of a spherical mirror, any ray passing through C will return back along the same path. So that happens in case of concave mirror. Here also the ray passing like this, it will return back in the same direction. That means it will retrace its path. It will be reversing back along the same path. Now, what about in convex mirror? Convex mirror is like this. This is C, this is F. An incident ray which is appearing to pass through C, it will not actually pass, it will appear because it is virtual always. Appearing to pass through C, this incident ray is appearing to pass through C, will return back along the same path like this. If a ray is coming as if it appears to pass through C, then it will return back along the same path. It will retrace its path. Any kind of incident ray passing through C will retrace its path. So these two diagrams also we have to learn with the property related to center of curvature in case of a spherical mirror. So the definitions of focus, definition of center of curvature, definition of radius of curvature I already told you. So please note it down, and it is given in the book also, and understand the diagrams also. You may be asked to complete the diagram. This kind of incomplete diagram may be given, and question will draw the reflected ray in each case. This is the reflected ray returning back in the same direction. In case of focus, I drew it, so we will be drawing like that only. The definition only you have to remember well and then identify. And the formation of image by a spherical mirror you have in class 9 syllabus, so which need not to be done in class 8 right now. So with this chapter, I mean the entire light energy chapter, the light we have covered, we have finished it. So next day we will be doing the chapter heat, or rather heat energy. So thank you for today's class. Thank you.